Hi journalers, and welcome to a new YouTube video. This one is especially for all the entrepreneurs, for those who have started their business or who are thinking about starting their business or maybe have a side hustle. Whatever it is, like whatever stage you're in, this applies to generally working with your ideas. And that is something that's very important when we talk about entrepreneurship, about working on something and transforming an idea into something that can be experienced by many, which at the end of the day is manifestation. And that's also why sometimes it's so hard, because you see the idea first. You have this vision and you know exactly how your future self is going to live, or you know exactly how this project is going to be, but other people still don't see it. So your homework, so to say, is to transform that idea into something that can be experienced by others. And when you start a path that feels very calling inspired, when you start to connect with your inner colors and share your inner colors and be loyal to them, then you get more and more clarity about who you really are and what you truly want to create in life. And you work on that vision and you connect with that vision every day, and other people still don't see it. And they sometimes need a little bit of time, or like the outside world in general needs a little bit of time to adjust. So yes, in the beginning, you may get more criticism or more raised eyebrows or more, what are you even doing? Until you just continue doing it. You don't let that distract you. You just create and keep creating. And then at some point, the results speak for themselves. There is this phrase that I think is really funny. I don't know who said it, but I read it once, like, I think it was on social media somewhere. First, they criticize you and then they ask you how you did it. And I think that's not even something mean or something as like, oh, and they're criticizing me. It's just, yeah, sometimes people don't fully understand yet what you're up to, because like, how would they? They don't see the vision that you have, but you just keep creating, and then the results speak for themselves. And obviously they see, or like they witness some people witness the whole path. Some people get to know you later in life and they get to know you and connect with your work when it's already done. But other people witness I just have an idea and I'm going to transform that into something. So I think it always comes back to you keep creating and you do you. And one of the things that really, really made a huge difference for me, and that I bring into especially the business coaching as well, is protect your peak times. Peak times, or deep focus sessions, or whatever you want to call it. It's like that time frame when you are in your best energy. And I like to think that your projects and your dreams, they deserve your best energy and they don't deserve your leftover energy. So yes, like taken back to the very practical day to day, it's hard if you are building a side hustle and you have other responsibilities, if you have a family, if you have kids and so on. Like, there's always something that wants your attention. But if you even have 30 minutes or 20 minutes that you can protect for your dreams and work with those 20 minutes, that will make a huge difference. And I notice that especially when I'm writing books. When I try to force myself to write, it just doesn't work. But when I am in my creative flow and I learned how to protect the times around my creative flow, I write so many words in the shortest amount of time. And that is how I wrote 10 books in just 5 years whilst building a business. And that has a total of 20 online courses. And that is possible. Not because I live far removed and just like in my cottage in the forest, not at all. It's because I protect my peak times, and I know what will make the difference. So it's a bit like working smarter, not harder. And how do you find out about your peak times? How do you notice when you're most inspired? So I've heard from many, and that applies to me as well, that it is especially the morning. So I try to, before I engage with the outside world, before I engage with other narratives, to engage with my own world. That means, yes, to shut off social media, to not check my emails, to not respond to anything, to not engage with it. Yes, if it happens that I read a message from someone that's important to me or family or whatever, that's different. If that's something that you want to do, I'm not saying like put your phone away. It doesn't always, like, do what applies to you. Do you, and see everything that I say as a source of inspiration, but then apply it to your own life. I've also had times when I was living by myself and then checking my phone and reading a message was something that motivated me, so it didn't distract me. Whereas now, like, I'm in a different chapter of my life and I can confidently say, like, yeah, if I don't check social media, if I put my phone away, I'm happy with that. But again, you do you. So, but generally, like, before I engage with anything and before I jump into the mindset of someone else, before I put myself into places with a certain mindset, I try to be my own world. and I write from my own world, because I know that that is the purest voice. That's me. That's not letting the doubts come in, not comparing myself with others. So I try to, when I wake up, really just take the time to write, and sometimes 20 minutes is enough. Maybe that works for you too. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's another window of time. But I've noticed that there is a window of time, and if I don't open it, if I'm not available in that time, then it's done. I can do that maybe a bit later in the day when I have a coffee, when I just really remove myself from my usual routine and I'm just in the own coffee shop world and just like very focused, and that works as well. But what it always comes back to is find places and find windows of time when you listen to yourself best, and work with those peak times and protect the peak times, because that is what is going to make a difference. How are you going to create authentic content when you just read something from other people all the time, and then you feel pressured, and then you think, oh, I should do this as well, and then you force yourself to create it, instead of leaving that to the side and creating with your best energy, knowing what you actually want to say, creating with your own inner colors, not constantly jumping to other mindsets, to other inner colors. They are unique in their own way, and your unique set of inner colors is unique in its own way. So bring that into your projects, bring that into your art, bring that into your business, bring that into your life, and always know when your rawest self is talking, and work with that, and find the windows of time during the day when you can listen to your ideas best, when you're connected with inspiration. Take it to journaling as well. Like sometimes the best ideas come just like writing for a few moments, for a few minutes. But work with that. Protect your peak times, because that is what is going to make a huge difference. And I'm quite excited for you also to, maybe you're also like already exploring it, how to integrate that into your daily life. Maybe you already nailed it. Then please leave your tips and recommendations and experience in the comments. And maybe you're just starting, and then I'm quite excited also to see how protecting your peak times and being brave enough to just prioritize yourself and prioritize your art and prioritize your dreams, how that is going to show in your life, and how that is going to help you be who you truly are, work on the dreams that fulfill you, and ultimately paint with your own unique set of inner colors on your canvas called life. Keep creating.